Hi everybody, my name is Patrick Bolger from Hornbill Service Management. I want to talk about service catalog. Could you answer the question, is your IT organization providing the services your customers need and want? Many organizations will struggle to answer that. If you don't understand the services you're delivering today, how can you hope to improve those services and meet business needs tomorrow? Service catalog is not a new concept, it's something we use all the time in our daily lives. For the most basic level, maybe an IKEA or an Argos catalog, to perhaps a package service like at a fast food restaurant where a number 2 meal means I get a cheeseburger, some fries, and maybe a fizzy drink. I still have the options to upgrade, to add extra cost, but I know exactly what I'm going to get. And perhaps to a more comprehensive catalog, like maybe the Amazon website, where they'll suggest things that perhaps I might want to buy along with my purchase. They'll give me reviews of others that have actually used that particular product before. But why would an IT organization want to develop a service catalog? Well, really the first thing is to drive the service perspective. It allows you to explain clearly to the business what you do and allows you to set customer expectations about when to expect or how to expect the service to be delivered. It also offers the customer a choice of different service levels so they can actually modify their behavior if they can see that a particular service is going to cost more. But the most important thing is it allows you in IT to make and keep your promises. So if we're going to develop a service catalog, what should it really provide? The first thing really is agility. It should allow you to tailor the services you offer according to the needs of your customers and the business in general. The catalog should also offer clarity around what is and what is not included within a given service. It should capture how much of a service is being consumed around the business, and it should also offer clear visibility of who's entitled to what. The other thing we're aiming to provide is measurability. We should be reporting performance against the service level targets. It should allow us to understand the cost and consumption of the service we provide, and it should also help us with managing our capacity to deliver those services. And what should it look like? Well, from the user's perspective, it should explain what the service is and how I get it, where I go to if something goes wrong, and what type of support I can expect. It should explain the targets for availability and completion, and also it should perhaps display the cost to support chargeback, or even if you're not charging back, perhaps show back to demonstrate to the business what the cost of consuming that service is. And from IT's perspective, it should explain what is consumed by the service offering, what supporting IT systems and perhaps assets or configuration items are consumed. And all of this allows us to determine whether we're delivering the services our customers want and need. It's vital that your service management solution supports this. It should explain things like costs and subscriptions and link things like service level agreements to operational level agreements and even third-party suppliers. It should also show you where services are actually packaged into a service offering. So perhaps the onboarding of a new employee would include multiple different elements that you need to do to ensure that employee is onboarded and multiple activities that IT needs to do to support that onboarding process. And from the customer's perspective, they need the visibility of that service, but it may not just be IT services, it could also be other services. Other services may be HR services, maybe services from facilities, and tying all those together so you can actually deliver business services right across the organization. And also allow your users to subscribe to other services they may require. As service requests are submitted, it should allow the user to go back and view that service request and understand where exactly you are in the fulfillment process for that particular service request, which saves a lot of effort and time in terms of callbacks to the service desk. What's happening with this? Where's my request? What are you doing with it? This gives complete visibility, saves a lot of time, and reduces workload. Some of our customers have delivered more ambitious service catalog deployments with things like content delivered direct from their supplier's website. Approved suppliers can list all their equipment, and that's all kept up to date by virtue of the integration between the supplier information and the information displayed in the catalog. You can use simple questions and forms to collect the vital information you're going to need for a customer to actually complete a service request and fulfill all the information so that when IT receives that service request, it's already there. You don't need to call the customer back for more details. We can also deal with the authorization and approval stages and creating all the activities and tasks that are needed to fulfill the service request. So what about the tips for designing a service catalog? Well, the common mistake is for the IT organization to go full throttle into developing a service catalog without engaging the customer. Don't build a service catalog in isolation. You need to engage the customer and understand what they want to get for it. It should be customer benefit first and IT benefit second. So design tip number 1. Successful service catalogs are designed from the customer in, not from the infrastructure out. Number 2, keep it simple. Don't try to address everything in one hit. You will make mistakes. Your starting point could be a simple chart on the wall or maybe an Excel spreadsheet. It could be with just one department within your organization, which allows you to make mistakes in a very confined manner and to get it right before you expand the service catalog to the rest of the organization. And the service catalog has to be valid and up to date. So you need to have good governance in place to ensure that the information presented to the customer is valid and is actionable. If you've engaged the customer, you follow that simple design process, and you're using a decent tool to support it, you should get real value from your service catalog deployment.